My manager forced sick employees to bring doctor's notes or get punished, thinking nobody could afford it. So I used his own rule against him. I work in a restaurant and I hate calling in sick. I hate losing the money and I hate leaving my coworkers short, so I only ever call out when I am genuinely wrecked. My manager was a man named Vince, and Vince ran the place on guilt. If you were sick, he acted like you were stealing from him. I once watched him keep a cook on the line with a fever so high the guy was swaying, and Vince just said, push through it, we're slammed, be a team player. Everyone knew that was how it worked. You came in sick or you were letting the whole crew down, and Vince loved calling us his family right up until the second he needed to guilt somebody into a shift. One winter I got hit hard. I could barely breathe and I could barely stay awake. I called in and asked for one day, just one, because I could not stand up straight. Vince said, you know the policy. No doctor's note, it's an unexcused absence. And unexcused absences add up. I said I was too sick to sit in a waiting room for a cough. He said, then come in. If you can call, you can work. That's how it is for everyone. I told him I did not feel right handling food in the shape I was in. He said, wear a mask. You'll be fine. We all get colds. I had been wearing a mask at work for 2 weeks and he had seen it. And he still talked to me like I was inventing an illness to steal an unpaid day off. Here's the thing Vince forgot. I had good insurance through my dad. Vince had it in his head that nobody who works a cook line can afford a doctor. So the note rule was never really about notes. It was a way to call your bluff and get you to come in anyway. Because who pays for a clinic visit over one shift? But I could. So I went. My doctor is a man named Dennis, and I have been seeing him since I was a teenager. He checked me over, told me I had a real infection, and asked how many days I needed. I thought about Vince telling me to wear a mask. I said, give me the most you think is fair. Dennis wrote me a note for 4 days. I asked for one. Vince turned it into 4 with his own rule. I rested the whole 4 days, which I needed anyway. And when I came back, I walked up to Vince and handed him the paper. I said, here's my doctor's note like you asked, and this is the date I'll be back. He looked at it and his face changed. He said, 4 days? You asked for one. I said, you said I needed a note. The note says 4. Take it up with the doctor. He could not argue. It was his policy, in writing, and he was the